Hello and welcome back to another episode. Now today I want to talk to you about something of a compulsion. I have a very strong compulsion which is focused in some very particular ways, and I'm talking about the sort of the desire to keep certain things pristine. You know, sort of don't touch because why? You know, why? Now, some people out there have a similar compulsion, specifically when it comes to, for example, action figures and toys, whereas I'm really not one of those people. Oh. So I'm not particularly precious when it comes to action figures and toys being in their packaging. I suppose with a few notable exceptions. We still have, I say we because technically they're mine and my brother's, we still have a few Doctor Who figures in their packaging from a visit years ago now to the Doctor Who Museum in Llanelli, before Doctor Who came back. So we still have those. I think we just had this sense that they shouldn't be opened. I think someone in the shop told us they was a collectible, and we have those. I still have my Salad Fingers figure in its packaging, but the back notably can come off. It's not sealed, but I just like the presentation, so I've kept that. And I suppose, speaking of presentation, you did see me struggle a few videos ago opening a Transformers box because it was Intel Ops. It was Perceptor and Blaster. In a gorgeous presentation box with Velcro, you know, sort of an opening lid and everything. And I find it really hard to break the seal on that. But for the most part, I'm not precious about those sorts of things. And this is one of the reasons why I for the most part, stay out of, for example, high-end collectible figures, because I'm just going to destroy their value, you know, by opening them. You know, statues and this kind of thing. In my case, this particular compulsion manifests itself around, I suppose, for the most part, unrepeatable things, and sometimes things which are gifts, and sometimes things that I think sort of, you know, there's going to be the right time to do it, and therefore I don't, and therefore I never end up doing it. So I'll illustrate. So let's start with the first one that came to mind. Actually, the thing that inspired this video is the fact that I carried around with me several house moves, as it were, before I was married and through into my marriage, and just for the better part of a decade, I carried with me a small box in which there were squares of paper for doing origami, and it was a calendar. It was a 1-year calendar, and every day of the year you got a new origami model to make. So the instructions were on the following day's piece of paper, and you just continue through the year, and presumably the last piece of paper had the instructions on the bottom of the box. And so as the year progressed, you'd end up with 365-ish origami models, and that was meant to be the thing. But the year I got it, I forgot to start on January the 1st. I thought, shit, can I start now? I can't start now. I can't. So I was so sort of oddly rule bound by it that I waited until the following year, by which I wasn't really in the mood, and it just carried on. And you know, my wife pointed out, you know, you can just make those. You don't have to wait. You know, you don't have to do them over the course of a year. But I just couldn't. I couldn't bring myself to do it because it was a one-off thing. It had to be done properly, and there were 365 models there. But also, what was killing me was the fact that each model, each creation, was one-off as well in terms of making it. So I couldn't. You know, I'd much rather, in some ways, have had a book of 365 instructions that I could use, maybe with a stack of paper. But the fact that each time you were taking the subsequent, the bit of instructions for the previous day, and turning that into the model of the day, meant that you were also destroying the how-to. So they were kind of unrepeatable little origami moments, and then therefore I never did them. So yeah, it's things like that. I have countless puzzle books. For example, there's a Mr. Bump puzzle book that my wife got me for Christmas a couple of years ago now. You know, we like to get each other puzzle books on Christmas Day, and I never did it because, again, it just felt like it was such a beautiful book, and then the idea, it wasn't, you know, on cheap paper or anything. The idea of drawing in it and taking the stickers off, it felt like, again, it was an unrepeatable experiment, as it were, an unrepeatable fun moment. And in that sense, maybe that's what these things represent to me, is somehow their potential. They are sort of inherent potential fun, which I kind of want to store for the right time, the correct. This must be done properly, you know, this kind of thing. And it's, in some ways, it is silly. But then once it's in that trap, once it's in that place in my mind, it doesn't really escape. So this puzzle book, still haven't done it, and actually I'm going to give it away to a charity shop. It's pristine, the stickers and everything is in there, but I just can't bring myself to use the thing. The same goes for, we've got some Boomco dart guns, little bit like Nerf guns, this kind of thing. And I'm starting to challenge myself on this, but I find it really hard just to pick them up and just fire them at people, or you should never fire them at people apparently, but you know, just to have fun with them, because I'm scared of losing the darts. And of course the darts are like 10 a penny. You can go, well, not 10 a penny, but you know, you can buy a pack for like a £5 or something. So worst case scenario, if I lose some, I can get some more. But I'm just, again, it's just it's so yeah. They're sat on the coffee table now, and at some point today, I'm going to deliberately, you know, maybe shoot at the couch or something. It's a genuine, you know, compulsion. Posters in magazines. Surely some of you guys must relate to that. You get this beautiful, gorgeous poster, a poster of the moment, you know, especially for computer games or music or something like that. It's never going to be more relevant than it is right now, and yet for some reason I don't take it out. Normally, actually, this is because people, they put, you know, maybe the back end of a review or something, or you know, correspondence with readers are on the back of the poster. So if it's the moment you carefully take it out of the magazine, avoiding tearing the poster on the staple, and stick it up, then you've actually taken part of the magazine out as well. So I think that's reasonable. It feels as though somehow I'm destroying something that I can't ever get back again the moment I take that apart. The same goes for sticker sheets in general. You know, often, especially with computer game magazines, you'll get a sheet of, say, Mario stickers or something. And I have tried to use them. I've tried to use them a bit more. So, you know, I put them maybe on my 3DS or on the cupboard where I keep my computer games. A couple of stickers there. But for the most part, I've got this little pile of stickers on my desk that aren't being used, because I'm thinking there'll be the right moment to use those. I'll know where to stick that, and yet I should just be sticking them. You know, I should stick them, for example, on my door. You know, but and maybe at some point I will, but not yet. There's a pop-up pirate ship book which I got a few years ago now, which looked so cool. This book that opens up and this pirate ship comes out with all these sort of pop-up elements that you have to sort of create, and you know, treasure chests and lifeboats and things like that, and sort of create this little diorama. And they're all in sheets. So you have to pop them out of their sheets and then fold them together and glue them or stick them, you know, with tabs. I haven't done that. In fact, I haven't done that, and in the time that I haven't done that, some of the bits have come out of their pop-up sheets and been lost. So like the lifeboat is gone. Actually, I don't know where the lifeboat is, because it presumably got a bit dry or something, came out of its sheet and went away. Stuff like this, for example, I've got this crazy combat catapult thing, which I purchased deliberately one day when I was feeling a bit sick. Actually, my lovely wife suggested that I get it just so it could just be wrapped up nice and warm on the couch and maybe make something. £2, not particularly expensive. You basically make this sort of steampunkish kind of catapult, and you fire at fire at these targets here. I still haven't made that. Why haven't I? Because it's pristine. It's in a little package. It's a box. This is a project, a fun moment in time, a battery of fun that needs to be used at the right time. Although arguably that time has passed. I'm not feeling sick today. Maybe I have to wait until next time I'm feeling poorly. There are books, for example, when Star Wars Force Awakens was coming out, my wife got me this book of sort of backgrounds with in the middle of the book a few sheets of stickers of key characters and vehicles and moments and explosions that I could just create my own little stories on these backgrounds. I hadn't seen the film yet, but that didn't matter apparently, or shouldn't have mattered, so I could just make whatever I wanted. That book hasn't been used because I feel somehow as though I'd be ruining the book by not using it at the right time, or somehow I suppose destroying it. And then there's this thing here. This also I remind me of. It's a book which I got. It's called Talk Back the Bubble Project, and the idea is that people have used these sort of stick-on speech bubbles all across the world in different places to make funny comments. Normally, sort of like on advertising. So things like this, on movie posters, and the idea is that at the back of the book, having seen all this and been inspired, there are several sheets of stickers which are different size speech bubbles. So there's large ones, and then there's smaller ones like that as well. And these are, you're invited to go and abuse the world. Go go and put your stamp, literally, go put your sticker on the world and make your mark. I haven't done that yet, and I just don't know why. I really struggle to in some respects break this compulsion. Now there are some mid-range things where I do smash through that compulsion. What I do is I find another way to sort of achieve what's required. So for example, with the Usborne puzzle books, I love those books. I don't draw on the pages, and I think it's terrible when you pick one up and it has been ruined because someone's used biro or something on the page. But I use other bits of paper. I find a way to make use of the book despite not drawing on it. You know what I mean? So I can use the contents of the book without destroying the contents of the book. There's certain Lego sets that I had for years. I mean, for example, actually recently, I deliberately made a video of building the Ghost Rider Lego set because I wanted to do it. I wanted to break the seal, break that compulsion, because I'd had that one, and also there's another one, Hulkbuster, which I finally built as well. From Avengers: Age of Ultron, and they were just sort of sat around from last Christmas because I was waiting for that moment. But I've managed to punch through and find a way to just do it, do it, as it were. I'm sure no one's ever used that phrase before. And actually, when I was planning this video, my wife pointed out that there are some things which she assumes I'm going to just keep and not, never quite use properly or never get around to doing because I'm waiting for that right moment. But I don't. I just do it. And she said the main one is computer games. So when we were away on holiday, we got Donkey Konga for the GameCube, along with a nice pair of bongos each. And pretty much the day after we got back, it was a case of, let's play this thing, let's do this. With Zelda Breath of the Wild, there was no delay in playing that game. When it comes to, I don't know, for example, watching movies, as soon as I had Lego Batman, for example, as soon as I was able to watch that, smack bang, it goes straight in the DVD player. No compulsion there about not opening it, not waiting for the moment. And maybe it's because, as she pointed out, those things are, first of all, they're not destroyed in the act of consuming them. I can always restart the Zelda game. I can always watch the DVD again. But also as well, those things are things that I purchase for the most part. The things which I tend not to use are things that people have bought for me, presents that I somehow feel as though I have to wait. Have to I don't know, have to do the present at the right time. It's a strange compulsion, isn't it? But at the very least, I suppose an awareness of these habits and these compulsions and desires is also an opportunity to fight them. And for me, this is strongly represented by two items, which I do dip into as often as I can. Item number one is Star Wars ... This is a book which I got around Christmas time, and bit by bit I am doing the ... For example, one of my favourites so far actually was the first one in the book, and that is Jabba the Hutt, looking pretty jabbery, I think you'll agree. It's a very intricate ... It's an unrepeatable exercise, but I'm able to, I'm able to find a way to make myself do them. So I'm sort of breaking through the compulsion there. In addition to the ... there's also this. It's called Moshi Monster, I don't know, sort of blob it, build it, I guess. And what it is it's basically a purple putty in a box, and the idea is that you can sort of make a little blob. You can stick googly eyes on it and this kind of thing, and then eventually the blob, through its own sort of reaction to gravity, just flattens out. It sort of blobs out into a pool. In fact, I can feel it moving in my hand. Actually, it's starting to spread out now, and therefore actually it is repeatable. But by definition, you have to repeat it. This isn't for posterity. This is something which is only in the moment. And so this is sort of helping me to sort of think about these sorts of fun activities as being something that it's perfectly okay to have a moment with, and then that moment is gone when it, in this case, when it's splatted out. And also I really enjoy stretching this stuff out into sort of almost like taffy. Lots of fun to do that. So it's also, I think a lot of people also, I think they find it very therapeutic when they sort of playing with putty, and it's got that sort of quality too. So I am finding ways to deliberately challenge some of these compulsions, but it's just interesting how and where and when they manifest. So I don't know. I mean, I know lots of people out there have little things, little compulsions, little rituals, I guess, or little habits that they get into. And I don't know how strange this particular one seems. Not wanting to do a Mr. Bump maze because it'll ruin the book. But at the very least, I thought I'd just talk about it because I think it's interesting, and it's also interesting how hard it's been to really combat. Because, as I say, for years, in fact, I think pretty much for all my life, I've had things like that. And I think that origami calendar really represents that. And yet I carried it with me. I had that thing with me everywhere I went. I had it in uni. I had it in 2 different flats. 3 flats and 2 houses. And then eventually got rid of it because my wife was like, "Look, you're never going to do this. You can't. This goes against everything that you feel comfortable with. It's an unrepeatable thing. You cannot redo the origami easily unless you number them all sequentially, and you can. So just get rid of it. Let it go," she said, and we did. It went to a charity shop, and that's probably what's going to happen with some of things like the puzzle books and this kind of, not the Osborne puzzle books, but the things like the Christmas the sticker diorama for Star Wars and the Mr. Bump book. So I don't know. I just wanted just to talk about this today. Really, it's not. I don't really feel as though I'm bearing my soul or anything. It's not like a serious problem, but it is an interesting little quirk. And I guess I just wanted just to share it with you guys. See if you know. Surely you must know of people who are similar in some respect of their life. And I guess I don't know. I'd invite you to talk about it below. What do you think? Do you think it's perfectly reasonable actually to wait until the right moment to do these things, or actually is it? I don't know. Is it? I always almost feel as though it's a little bit sad that that I sort of lacked, or have lacked historically, that sort of just joyful immediacy with certain objects and items. I can just dive in and sort of just ruin the heck out of that puzzle book. Or just draw, just enjoy it. Just colour the thing in, It's so in some ways I think it's a bit sad, but I don't know. What do you think? And if you have any similar stories, please do comment below. As ever, until next time, do take care. Bye bye.